Hello and welcome to another custom figure video. Today I'll be showing you my 5-inch new series Cyberman. When I say that, I obviously mean from Nightmare in Silver onwards. So as you can probably see, the base of this figure was the other new series Cyberman, the 2006 version. So obviously that means that this one's a bit too bulky to be the new series one, but it's the only base I had. I've seen someone else has used a Green Goblin and someone else an Axon, but this is what I had to use, so I tried my best. The reason it's slightly shorter, even though it is the same figure, is because the one I had, which I bought really cheap, had no feet. So I had to try and make the feet out of cardboard and a little bit of green stuff on top. They didn't turn out best. It's really difficult to stand up, and at some point I would have to redo his feet. But I was weary. I could have used just fully green stuff, but it's reasonably expensive, so I didn't want to use big clumps of it. I need to get some milliput really, but I haven't got a craft shop that sells it near me that I can get to. So to start with, to show you how I actually made this figure, I did a lot of sanding. A lot of sanding. So really what I did first is I took the head off, so it was out my way, and most joints did pop off. So I cut off this top section here, as you can see. That bit just came completely off, and then I sanded this little archway here, and I actually was able to just cut off the Cyber logo, which I have somewhere else, and that was also filed down. The side bits, I just completely cut those off. I sawed off the top half here and I sanded that down. It didn't come with a gun arm. I didn't use one of those because I don't have many of those. The back was also really filed down. I tried to take off all the legal stuff because that always annoys me, but not much was actually done there. And the same bits with the bits on the legs here, that was also cut off and the edges filed down. And then I had basically a very bare looking 2006 Cyberman. So for the head, obviously I did this without it being attached to the body. I got this one and I filed off the top so it had that little section there, and I took off the faceplate. That was just, I didn't even use that in the end, and I just filed down all other details. That was about it really. Also, I cut off this whole neck piece because their necks are very separate, they're very thin, so I completely got rid of this neck piece. I didn't do anything. I didn't use any of that. I cut it all the way up, so I cut it that off there, just underneath the head section there. So that way it was more of a separate head. Unfortunately, this head doesn't become removable. I was even surprised it could turn. I'll go through in a minute how that happened when I go through my sculpting. But yeah, so I can't use it for handles because I didn't end up getting the time of the doctor set. So if we just look at the sculpting, what I done was obviously I did this middle section here, which was 2 strips in a bit there, and then I just got the end of a paintbrush and I stabbed the middle in order to make the circular shape. And I added 2 little lines, as you can see here, if we focus, two little lines on each little bit. I also did a very thin strip all the way around to here, and I added in the two back plates here and the middle spine, which I can continue down to this bit. For this section here, I just added a very, very thin layer of green stuff, and then I tried to add in the little ab pieces there. I didn't end up taking away this little bit here, and really I should have done. I did another strip just under here, and it finished here, and the same on both sides. For the arms, this is the bit I actually did first. For the shoulders, was I added just a piece over the top, and I sculpted in the lines, and then I added a piece down there, and I pushed in with a very, very small, I think it was a pen, the end of a pencil, I think that was. And then the arms, I didn't say before, I cut off this whole section that came up here on the old ones, and then I ended up just sticking this bit on and then poking upwards here, and I think that worked. Fortunately, my hands still turn, sorry, which I was really happy about. I actually ended up keeping a lot of articulation on this figure, which I was surprised. For the legs, I probably should have done a bit more, but again, I was being wary of my green stuff. I ended up just adding a bit on top while I cut off the initial parts of the legs in order to make them a bit more one shape, like the new ones are. And the feet. Like I said, I don't really want to go into the feet. They could have been done so much better, but as you can see, it's just a piece of cardboard there, and a bit of thingy there. So the head. I initially put a piece of strip over the top, so then it covered up the hole that was there from where I took the face off. I ended up adding in this section here, which is just a little ball in the right shape, and then very, very carefully, one piece from here to the top. I also added in a little bit there to do that bit, and a little bit just at the back, just so I could add in these lines like that. And the reason my neck can turn, which you can see the hot glue under that, but you can't when it's from far away, is because I ended up making my own neck that was thinner. I put it on top of the ball joint, and when it dried, it didn't fully stick to the ball, so it's dried with it still being able to turn. Now, the eyes and the mouth, I can say haven't turned out amazingly well. I think I might have to paint over it and redo them, but I tried. This was just done with a Sharpie. So, a quick comparison with the 3.75 inch one, because technically this is actually really accurate to what it should look like. I think I did okay. As you can see, when you turn it sideways, the chest piece sticks out too much because it should be quite flat. But other than that, I think it's worked, because if I hold it back far enough, it does. I think it does look the part. Like I said, it should probably be a different silver. I can't remember if I said that. This was just the silver I had from my Games Workshop paints, but really it should be slightly lighter. But it does fit in really well with my figures. I'm quite happy it's slightly shorter now I look at it, because when I stand it next to Missy or next to Clara, it does work pretty well. So I'm really proud with that. So just to end my review, I'd like to say thank you for watching, and if you ever have a go at making your own 5-inch Cyberman and you use a different figure as a base, or you try and use my idea and use a 2006 Cyberman as a base to make the new Cyberman, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to see them if you make your own videos. And of course, if you want to see more of these videos of different custom figures, you can check out my playlist that I have, and more videos coming soon. Thank you, and goodbye.